Hey guys, it's me again, and today we are going to talk about self-love. And if you couldn't tell, that was a heart. And I'm going to be speaking about ways that you can practice self-love on the daily. And these practices and mindset shifts have personally helped me throughout the years. So I'm hoping they can help you as well. So let's get this started. So, self-love practices, ways to preserve your self-love and constantly practice it, because it's something that we have to practice every day. It's not like I wake up every day and I feel perfect and amazing. No, there are going to be days where I don't feel that great, and those days it's even more crucial to put these practices in place. So the first tip I'm going to give you is realizing that your thoughts are not your reality and combating those negative thoughts. So this was something that I wished 18-year-old me knew, because I pretty much believed all of the thoughts that passed through my head. And we all have negative thoughts. I mean, I highly doubt there's one person out there who has never had a negative thought about themselves in their whole life. It's normal. The thing is, when you give those thoughts power, because that's all they are, they're just thoughts. They're not real. So what I like to do is I combat it with something positive about myself, but I also like to rationalize these negative thoughts. So say I make a mistake, which I do all the time. We're humans, we make mistakes. And I might be thinking,
God, you're so stupid. Like, why did you mess that up? Like, you should have known better.
And then the problem is when you start letting that thought consume you. So what I do is I stop, I'm aware of it, and I go, no, I'm not stupid. I'm intelligent and I am capable. That's an affirmation. You're saying something positive about yourself. But then I also rationalize it. I have made mistakes before, haven't I? And I've learned from them. People make mistakes all the time. This person I know made a mistake and they're still alive and well. So why am I being so hard on myself right now? It's so important to recognize these thoughts, and that's what's hard. Sometimes we kind of latch on to them. So that's why it's so important to be self-aware and acknowledge the thought, like, okay, all right, we're thinking this thing, and then just combat it with something positive and rationalize it. That always helps me, especially when I'm being a little too hard on myself. 2 is something that I feel like, honestly, this needs to be taught to everybody: setting boundaries. And you may be thinking, what does boundaries have to do with self-love?
Everything.
And this is coming from the queen of not setting boundaries when I was younger. If you don't set boundaries, you are going to not feel appreciated. You're going to feel drained. You're going to get stressed. You're going to feel burnt out. You're going to feel sad. And I know that because I've experienced it. Because you're giving so much of yourself away to everybody that you're not giving any time back to yourself. And if you don't value your time, no one else will. Because, hey, everybody would love to have access to you at all times, but that's just not feasible. And this isn't just at work, this is in every aspect of your life. I feel like a lot of people are uncomfortable with saying no and pushing back and admitting, you know what, this doesn't work for me, because we get worried about, well, what will the other person think? Or I don't want to disappoint anybody. But trust me, if you're constantly giving yourself away, you're draining your own energy, and you're not giving everybody else the best version of you. Number 3 is making time for things that you love. And I think a lot of us are realizing this in quarantine times, as a lot of people are working from home, is that we are finally reconnecting with things that bring us joy and bring us happiness. A lot of adults, I've noticed, prioritize everything else before their happiness. So we do all of these things every day, our responsibilities, things that we have to do, but necessarily don't want to do. And then the things that we want to do take the back seat. And that obviously doesn't make us feel joy, whether it's writing, reading a book, doing yoga, jogging, knitting, anything under the rainbow, gaming, graphic design. Rediscover what makes you happy and make time for it every week, even if it's 15 to 20 minutes, even if you're having a crazy week. Make time for it, because that brings you peace and that brings you joy. 4, practicing gratitude at the end of the day, every day. So I know this might seem a little woo-woo to some of you, but I think it really helps us shift our perspective on things. And this is especially important on those days that suck. Those days where things have not gone as you planned. Maybe you woke up already in a funk, something went wrong, maybe you got in a fight with a loved one, or you made a mistake at work and you were a little hard on yourself. Those days especially, try to end your day thinking of 3 things that you're grateful for. And that's the thing. A lot of people assume that gratitude needs to be for things that are big, or big accomplishments or wins, but you can be grateful for the smallest things. So for example, I'll give you a couple of things that I'm grateful for today. 1, I'm grateful that it's Saturday and I got to spend the day relaxing in bed and watching a Netflix show that was relaxing and I enjoyed it. 2, I'm grateful that I'm recording this video because I always enjoy making these for you guys, and it also gives me an excuse to get dressed up. 3, I'm grateful that my boyfriend Ben and I are going to make pizza tonight and have a little pizza party and watch a movie. So I'm happy that we'll be doing that tonight too. So 3 little things. And on those hard, dark days, it's kind of hard to see the light, but if you really look for it, there is always something to be grateful for, especially on those days when I'm really stressed. It helps me decompress a bit and realize, okay, you know what? It could have been worse. And there were good things that happened today too. So that's always good to shift your perspective. Number 5, I've been doing this every morning and every night before I go to bed to set me off in the right foot, so to speak. I write my future and my ideal version of me as if it's already happened. So writing how happy you are that you accomplished this, or that you're doing something that you loved. And the reason I do it in the morning and at night is, 1, in the morning, it already starts me off in a good mood because it reminds me of my purpose and it motivates me and it sticks with you throughout your day. And then at night, even if you've had a rough day, just like when you practice gratitude, it reminds you like of that vision of your purpose. And it doesn't have to be doesn't have to be monetary. It doesn't have to be that you want to live in a mansion. Maybe you see yourself traveling the world. Maybe you want to be able to retire early and you want to just live on the beach. Like, visualize your ideal life and write about it. I know it probably seems a little silly, but oh my God, it's helped me so much the past couple of years, because it's also reminded me of what I'm capable of, and that is self-love, not doubting yourself, not doubting your self-worth. And it also helps you as you're going about your day, when something happens to you or an opportunity pops up that's aligned with that vision, that goal you have inside your head, then it makes it so much easier to take that leap of faith. Even like as you're writing it, you're just going to feel like that joy and happiness. At least I do. So try putting that in place and seeing if that helps you too. So those are my tips, guys. I hope you found them useful. Let me know in the comments below if I shared anything that you haven't tried or heard of before. And let me know if you're going to put any of these into practice, or maybe you're already doing some of these daily, which good for you. These practices have helped me be more mindful and more mindful about taking care of myself as well. And if you start practicing these daily, again, it's a habit, it's a muscle you're building. It's not going to come easy at first, especially boundary setting, which can be uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable saying no to people, especially those that we love, or even combating negative thoughts, because they're always going to be there. The key is just to keep practicing and not being hard on yourself, and recognizing that there are going to be days where your self-love meter is going to be a little low, and there's nothing wrong with having bad days. The key is just to be kind to yourself when you have those too. So I love you guys. Let me know if this video was helpful for you. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll post more self-love and fashion videos on the channel for you to watch. So thanks for watching, guys. Love you.